singing, let's see. Okay, we can see both of us. When we're singing, we want to breathe in a certain way. So I'm going to teach you a breathing exercise today. But first, I want to break each component of the exercise into small pieces and practice each component separately before we combine the components into one exercise called the candle blow exercise. So first, I want to talk about the inhale or inspiration. You can call it either way. For the inhale, we want to open our vocal tract, which begins with the bottom of our larynx and ends with our lips. We want to open the vocal tract as much as we can. And a great way to notice how the sensation should feel is to think of yawning. So you could practice actually yawning one time. Notice how the air just sort of springs inside of you. You open to make the space because you're yawning and the air just rushes in.
Okay.
Or you see the shape?
Uh-huh.
You can see it on the outside. You can feel it on the inside, right? Like you have some adjectives you could use to label the sensation you feel on the inside.
Just full, but yet airy and open. So
If you think of the way the tissues in the mucosal membrane on the inside of your mouth feel specifically,
kind of stretched open.
Stretched open. Is there another word for stretched? Similar?
Ballooned. Okay.
Maybe even tight,
Oh, yeah.
which normally is a word voice teachers avoid like tight. But in this case, so we want to stretch the tissues as taut as we can, because that means, go ahead, that's great news for me if you're feeling that. I want you to remember these adjectives because we need to label the sensation you are feeling, and we need to attach that label to what you're seeing, which is, so we need to see that and we need to feel that stretched open feeling in the back. For a couple reasons. You can think of bouncing a basketball on a squishy, soft bed, and the ball will not really bounce very well, whereas if you bounce the ball on tight, hard asphalt, the ball will bounce effortlessly. So we want our sound waves to have a firm surface to bounce around on, and the inside of our mouths, it's very squishy. So we're going to stretch open. At the same time, we are creating more space on the inside of the vocal tract, which will make for a more beautiful, open sound, and especially will help with our high pitches. So we're not phonating it, which is to create sound. We're just going to breathe, but we set the stage for our phonation with our inhalation.
Okay.
So if we don't stretch open to allow the air in, we're probably not going to be stretched open to let the phonation out either. So this is the first step of singing, and it is incredibly important to get this right, and it's going to be really hard. Sorry. It will be a lifelong pursuit. You will get some point of mastery, but you will never fully master this. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm telling you now,
realistic expectations.
Yeah,
I like it.
You can become a professional opera singer one day. You will still be working on this. So when we stretch our mouths open to let the air in, we're also going to release our abdominal wall. And so you can see it will look like this. And so watch my waist. See, like that?
Oh, I never breathe like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be hard
Remember
for me to
the thing-
remember.
Remember the thing I was saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I'm doing this. So
Here we are.
I think this is going to make a difference for you.
Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking time to do it. So let's open and release the abdominal wall to let the air in.
Okay.
Yes, and so I heard a low-pitched inhale, which indicates a wide open space, as opposed to which indicates constriction, which creates turbulence because you have, all of these obstructions in the way of the path of the air, and we want no obstructions.
Okay.
So we want silence or very low pitched, as low pitched as you can get. That is what we're looking for. So anytime you hear or something like that, start over again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh no, running out of storage. Okay, so that's the inhale. And you can think of like if you walked into a surprise party a room full of all the people you love best, they threw you this wonderful surprise party and you're happy, but hear that high-pitched inhale. So maybe more open at the beginning. And then, do you see how my chest doesn't have to move, my shoulders don't have to move? They just kind of can stay here. as opposed to or filling up both.
Okay.
Because we can't regulate the airflow successfully if we fill up with too much air. So we just are going to release the abdominal wall, let the chest and shoulders just stay.
I may have to keep my hands like this
Yeah,
to
you
remind
can. That's
myself.
actually a great way to practice. And then for the exhale, we're going to gently squeeze our abdominal wall. And there are actually like so many more steps, but we're just going to start with the
Okay.
basic version. So we're going to, and then like you're trying to blow out your birthday candles across the room.
Okay.
So you inhale and exhale, and that is one candle blow. And you can do it with real candles and try to make the flame flicker. So let's try a couple more. I'll do one sideways. So you
Okay.
go, and this just stays still. You don't
Do
have
you
to
blow
hold
out
this
your cheeks when you exhale, or does
your
that
cheeks
matter?
should not puff out.
Okay. All
So
right. Okay.
there should be going straight through
Direct. Right.
the pursed lips.
Okay.
The lips will be an U shape, but you want to keep the back, that open ah yawn shape in the back. Try to keep that the same while just bringing your lips into a pursed lip U shape. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Not yet.
So try to do like 10 of these before you start, and then like we're gonna do your exercise again. Then the point of this is when you go to your exercises and your songs, that is how you begin singing every phrase, every note. So that is step one, always. The sound doesn't just happen. You have a cause, which creates the effect, which is phonation. So yeah, that's
now I'm tired.
you should feel relaxed.